So that's one of the things that I wish I had known earlier, that my identity wasn't my business. It's funny because you go ask somebody, hey, like if I ask somebody that I don't know, like, hey, so who are you? Tell me a little bit about yourself. Instantly, what do people do?
Talk about what they do.
They talk about what they do. That's not what I asked.
Hmm.
I asked who they were.
Yep.
But somebody asked me that one time. I think it was actually in your mastermind, Shaun. I think it was Darren. Who are you? And I sat there for a minute and I was like, well, how do I describe this without saying RP Capital or, any of my other businesses? Who I am is independent of my business. I do not need that for my ego anymore, but I used to, big time. So
Hmm.
the separation of that ego is really, really important, because if I'm honest with myself, I'm saying I want to live this life over here. Then once I make it so that I have the time to live this life over here, I should be living it. And I shouldn't feel ashamed that I'm not working. I do things in my, few hours a day that other people don't do. And because of that, because I'm solving problems, I'm able to leverage the hours of many other people and the talents of many other people. And I bring them along with me and I let everybody level up. So because of that, I don't feel bad. I feel great that I get to spend all the time I spend with my wife and with my kids playing on the boat, and I'll have meetings on my boat, but I don't work as many hours as most entrepreneurs. And it's specifically because I sat down and I wrote down what I want my life to look like. And so my business doesn't do as much as a lot of other business owners, but I don't care, because there's very few people who can go take their boat out in the middle of the day whenever they feel like it and not have to worry about it. There's very few people who can do that, but I can do that.
Let me be clear on that too, because I want to make sure that anybody listening doesn't hear a misconception that comes up a lot. Ron has now incorporated this into what he's done, and he's incorporated it into his team as well. So he's not just sitting here saying, hey, I'm going to go have a great life off the backs of all of his staff. His staff's not allowed to work 60, 70 hours a week either. And he's incorporated the vision stuff into what he does around the office. And part of that is making sure that if you have a team, or if you'd like to build a team, that all of the people who are in the roles that they're in, their roles are part of their vision as well. And so since everybody's got such different skill sets, Ron is very, very good at the lane that he stays in business. And then he's got people around him that are really, really good at different lanes. And so the idea is to have everybody live in their vision, everybody working towards a common company vision, but using everybody's roles within that company to help honor and fulfill their own personal vision as well. And so if you think this is just selfishly to fix the problems of the business owner and have a great life off the backs of everybody else, that's not what we're talking about here at all.
No, as a matter of fact, I don't have employees. I have team members, and what I get to do, they get to do. So when I take a vacation, I just got back from a 24-day vacation in Europe. I did not take one phone call for work. I did not answer one email from work. I talked to 0 people about work. And when my team members go on vacation, we've cross-trained people who can take over for them so that they can actually go on vacation. I find it really funny that some business owners out there think that their assistant should just never have a vacation. Yeah. They should be on call all the time. So if they're in Lake Tahoe and I need something, well then damn it, they should have their phone on. And if they're with the family, they should just go do this one thing real quick and then they can go back to their vacation. That's not a vacation.
Right.
That's in a vacation destination, still working is what that is. That's not a vacation. And everybody needs to unplug for a while and have some downtime. And unfortunately, that doesn't happen often enough. But like Shaun said, it does in my company. And the other thing that I've built in there is I taught them the vision process that Shaun taught me. I taught it to them in our quarterly meetings. And I tell them to do their own personal vision. it sounds crazy, but the majority of the country, majority of the world, really, it's not in their vision to own a business. They don't want the stress. They don't want the pressure. It's in their vision to have a good job where they have the ability to grow, learn more things, and be on a team that's doing something that they approve of, that they can get behind. And this whole lions versus sheep, this whole us versus them thing is really counterproductive because we're all on the same team. I happen to take huge risks to get where I am that most of the people on my team don't want to do. And that's perfectly fine, right? I should, big risk, big reward, little risk, littler reward, but there should still be a reward. They still have a vision. They still get to live the vision that they want to live, right? I'm not taking anything. I'm actually providing an opportunity for them to grow. And every business owner should do that, in my opinion.